And now, back to Two and a Half Men.
Two and a Half Men was a show that went on for 12 seasons. And within that time, it saw a lot of characters come and go. And behind the scenes, it also saw a lot of actors come and go. And in a lot of cases, some actors come, go, and come back as someone else. Which is what today's video is about, as this happened surprisingly a lot on that series. And since the introduction of streaming services and how common binge-watching shows has become, that is all that much more noticeable now. For example, in Season 4, Charlie dates a woman way too young for him named Robin. In Season 10, Charlie replacement Walden dates a woman he's way too dishonest with named Kate. These are completely different characters who just so happen to share the same face, voice, and basically everything else, as both parts were played by actress Brooke Dorsey. And she is far from the only one.
Here we go.
Jenna Elfman is an actress that appeared on the series multiple times, first showing up in the first season as a character named Frankie, a character who can best be described as a hot mess with anger issues. Later on, she'd return to the series and reprise a role, but not the one that she played on the series prior. No, instead she would show up this time around as Dharma from Dharma and Greg, a show that was also made by Two and a Half Men creator Chuck Lorre.
The girl from Dharma and Greg.
Joel Murray showed up in Season 4 as Petey, a man Alan meets at the DMV. But 2 seasons later, he's back again, this time playing a man who severed his thumb in the emergency room. Years later in Season 9, he would show up one more time, this time being named Doug, delivering Charlie's remains. And then the very next season, he's a completely different character, this time named Nick, a guy who hires Walden to sell Christmas trees outside his shop. Fair enough. This was a weekly television program. We need side characters for our leads to interact with. Obviously, somewhere along the way, you're gonna have to pull from the same talent pool, meaning that some people will get to swim more than once. But what's most surprising about this is that this didn't just extend to part-time players. There were people who played some pretty important parts that for some reason would later go on to play something else. Judy Greer first showed up as Herb's sister and Charlie's short-term love interest in Season 4. But after she gives the eldest Harper a run for his money, she later returns for a much more prominent position as Walden's ex-wife, the girl of his dreams who starts to make his life a nightmare. Of course, this would wind up being the role that she'd continue to play up until the end of the series.
But wait, there's more.
Danny.
Danny.
Short for Danielle. My father wanted a girl.
Where have I seen this before?
In Season 1, Charlie winds up dating a soccer mom, something that's very convenient for him, as her son plays on the same team as his nephews. And though he's advised against doing so, Charlie and Kate wind up really taking a liking to each other. But unfortunately, she ends things early, feeling that her life was already a little bit too complex for somebody like Charlie. Though that didn't stop her actress Liz Vassay from coming back as a completely different character and dating him the next time around, coming back as Michelle in Season 8, actually acting as Charlie's last serious and sane relationship in the entire show, almost making things feel full circle. However, this would only just be the beginning of a circle of a reoccurring theme with these recasts, because in Season 2, actress Jodie Lynn O'Keefe played the small part of Gail, one of Charlie's flings, but then she'd later come back in the reoccurring role of Isabel, another one of Charlie's flings, though this time with a little, satanic flavoring. Maybe the strangest of all, though, is when Katie Mixon was thrown into the mix, appearing in 3 episodes of the 7th season as the character of Betsy. While the character is consistent in terms of characterization, name, and, well, the person in the part, there's actually confusion on if she's supposed to be playing the same character, as both Harper brothers are introduced to her, but then seem to completely forget about meeting her within the short 6 or 7 episodes that are in between her first appearance and her next appearance.
I'm Alan. Can he buy you a drink?
Welcome to your new home, baby. Hey, everybody. I want you to meet the love of my life, Mrs. Charlie Harper.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
What do you mean you've seen this? It's brand new.
Yeah, well, I saw it on a rerun.
Their second encounter is for some reason treated as their first meeting. So, make of that what you will. Then, of course, there's Jennifer Binney Taylor, who is probably best remembered for her time on the show playing Chelsea. Charlie's long-term girlfriend and eventual fiancé. She was a pretty integral part of the show for a short time being, but that story was far from her first outing on the show, as she appeared all the way back in the first episode as some woman in a supermarket that hits on Charlie. In the pilot, she plays a woman named Suzanne, but her next appearance just a season later would see her playing one of Charlie's many off-screen flings that Charlie needs to make amends with, this time playing a character named Tina. For some reason, Tina would then become Nina in Season 5, who was just a random woman that Charlie was trying to bring back to his bedroom. And all of this took place before she'd show up as the character that Charlie would come to know and love in Season 6. Another curious case of continuity has to go to the role J.D. Walsh played, a character that was constantly retconned and reimagined despite barely being reoccurring. Let me explain. In his first appearance in the first season, he's named Ted. He's a pizza boy that comes to Charlie relatively frequently, and someone Charlie tips very well. But when that same actor returns in the third season, he's now named Gordon, and it's clear that these two are not familiar with each other. Throughout the season, we see Rose try to shape Gordon into a miniature Charlie, to no avail. So of course the two eventually part ways off screen, and when he shows back up, he's back to being a pizza boy. Only this time around, his name is still Gordon. Even more weird is that Gordon later makes mention of dating Rose in the past, and Charlie acts as if he never knew that. So,
well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Even with trying to make this list as thorough as possible, I am more than sure I've forgotten a few familiar faces along the way. So if you know of any that I didn't run through in this retrospective, let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video and would like to see me dive into the show a little bit more, let me know in the comment section below also by leaving a comment saying
2.5. 3.
I am vengeance. I am the night, and that was V Infuso. Just remember, if you're not tuning in, then you're missing out.
So, if you like the words that came out of his mouth hole, and you too would like to become a V-generate, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, nerds!
And if you're not joining the fun, you're in for one bad day. And you know what they say about having one bad day?
Catch him next time. Same bat time. Same bat channel.